lot of people know me as playing Audrey Belrose in Honey Pop. I am also Osana Najimi in Yandere Simulator. I'm in a bunch of anime. I am in Fairy Tail, Pokemon XY, Ladies vs. Butlers, Queen's Blade, Rio Rainbow Gate, My Wife is Student Council President, Holy Night, just to name a few of them. I've also directed quite a few Media Blasters titles, such as Ladies vs. Butlers and Judah and Chan. And I've also directed games such as Marooners, which just came out voiced yesterday, and Y2K Postmodern RPG.
Cool. Could you really just explain to us maybe a little summary of how you got started in the business?
I always really wanted to do acting, and I, in high school, figured out what voice acting was and was like, I want to do this is great! So I started exploring any avenue to do that, and I made a large network of friends and peers, and one thing led to another, and I ended up getting my first anime audition. And I didn't book that one, but I booked the second one, which was Queen's Blade Rebellion. And since then, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I work in New York, which is usually a pretty competitive environment, and is pretty, like we don't have all that much anime, but I direct for Media Blasters, which was just it was basically being at the right place at the right time when they needed someone, and I wanted to direct, and I had just finished directing Y2K. So I was like, yeah, I'll direct stuff for you, and now we've been bringing more anime to the New York area, so you can hear some of your favorite New York talent in stuff besides Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. Yeah.
Awesome. Any questions yet? Oh, sure, right there.
CJ Macros and ToonamiPaper.com. I'm curious, since you're saying Media Blasters wants to broaden its horizon with anime compared to Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! If Toonami should be expecting maybe a call from Media Blasters to get an anime on the wall.
That would be awesome, except I don't think Toonami would take any of our booby-filled animes.
Well, I mean, like, in the future.
Well, yeah, that'd be great if we could expand to get shows that would be more appropriate for Toonami, but right now a lot of our titles, if you've seen Ladies vs. Butlers or Judah and Chan or Rio Rainbow Gate, a lot of them have a lot of fan service. They're not exactly what I would see on Toonami, but maybe if we go back and dub one of our older titles, like I'm telling my boss to do, that haven't been dubbed, maybe we can see one of those pop up on there. That'd be awesome. Who knows?
Any other questions right now? Okay, cool. I'll ask one real quick. Okay. What are some of the difficulties of getting into the business?
Everything. It's really competitive, especially in New York, where you have a very small sphere of animation work and a lot of actors who want that work. So it's very competitive. A lot of people like to work with who they know because they know the product that they'll be getting, they know how it is to work with those people. And I fall into that too all the time. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, this is an old man, why hold auditions? I'm gonna have Mike Pollock play it. I know Mike Pollock can play the old man. I love working with Mike Pollock. He gives me a solid product, like done. And so that ends up happening quite often. And so it gets really hard to break in. It's very competitive. It's a lot about networking and meeting people, being at the right place at the right time, and of course being a good performer. A lot of people think it's a lot more about voices, but it really comes down to if you're a strong actor and you make strong character choices and you put yourself out there and take risks and meet people, you're gonna have a lot more success than if you're just someone who can impersonate a whole bunch of anime archetypes, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of facing rejection, a lot of taking risks, a lot of putting yourself out there, a lot of training and self-discipline and meeting people, and obviously you're not gonna get work if you're in the middle of nowhere. You have to be where work is.
Awesome.
And if you're not where work is, you have to create that work.
What was your pivotal point in your career? Like, when did it really take off for you?
When I graduated college in 2014, I was having my my graduation party, and all of a sudden I got an email, and I had booked my first directing job, which was Y2K, was Modern RPG, and so I was like straight out of college. I had already worked on Queen's Blade at that point, and Honey Pop, and a few other game titles. I was doing apps and games for Hasbro, but that's when I realized I really wanted to do directing as well, and that was my first directing job I booked. And then shortly after Y2K, I started doing the directing for Media Blasters and other games. So at that point, like, I was like, oh, awesome, this is so cool. And then when we went in to work on Y2K, we spent like a week in the studio working with so many amazing, talented actors. That's when I was like, yes, I love this. This is what I want to do. And yeah, and it's always something special when you see your product come together. So when I was at PAX East this past year, and Y2K was on display, and we were playing it, and I was with my lead actor, Chris Nyoisi. I was like, this is it, it's coming out, this is it. So it was really cool, and like getting to see lasers, butlers, when people bring it up to me, and I'm like, I directed this is my first 12-episode series, yay!
So jealous. Questions?
Yes. Tara relates cosplay times. 2 questions. 1, have you seen anyone cosplay as any people in here today, or
like cosplaying as characters I voice, or?
Yeah.
I have not seen anyone cosplaying as characters I voice at the convention, but I've seen a few Audrey cosplayers online, and I think that's always really cool. And I've seen like Yandere Simulator cosplayers, but I haven't ever seen any cosplayers from the animes that I'm in, so maybe one day, that'd be cool.
And second question, are you surprised by the how popular Huni Pop is via YouTube and people playing it? And
I thought it's really funny because before it came out, like people spread one of the scenes I was in, like, this game is gonna be garbage, it's like Jersey Shore with like anime girls. I'm like, oh, just wait, you're gonna get addicted to this game. And sure enough, everyone got addicted to it. So it's really cool and really funny seeing it how it is, because it is like I know the creator and I've met him before, and it's like, yeah, dude, like, everyone loves Honey Pop, remember when everyone hated it? And of course my character, which we made to be such a hateable character, was voted like #1 in all these polls, and we're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. What's some advice you would give to someone trying to get into the business?
Classes are always good. I'm actually teaching a mock anime audition class in New York City on July 28th, and I'll be teaching some other classes in August, like a mock auditions for games, hopefully an ADR workshop, and I'm trying to put together an 8-week class for the fall. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not yet, but classes are a great way to get in the booth and get working, play, get technical advice, get acting advice, and meet peers, people who want to do the same thing as you, and having a peer support group can just do so much, and it's so helpful. So classes are a great way to meet people, to network, to learn, and to get yourself playing. Otherwise, taking any sort of acting chance that you can, doing community theater, getting involved at college, taking college acting classes, finding things online, anything that lets you practice is great. Yeah, and just realize you're gonna have to face a lot of rejection though too. Don't get discouraged right away. Like, no one's just gonna be like, great, I'm amazing, I'm perfect. Like, it might seem from the distance, like you see these actors pop out of nowhere and you're like, wow, they're so lucky, but they always have a story behind it and how hard they had to work to get to that place.
So you would say hard work is the determining factor?
Yeah, definitely. Hard work, and talent, and perseverance, all that jazz.
So, right there.
Hi, Neil from I-98.3 FM, North Connecticut. Sitting here listening to you, you're young. Sounds like you've got an amazing career going already. Where do you have any future aspirations in terms of?
I want to continue doing more directing because I really love getting to put actors in roles and watch them shine, especially if it's in roles that perhaps they wouldn't have immediately been thought of for, but something in me is like, yeah, no, Melly Grant would be really great at this character because she's a good friend of mine, and I never got to see her play this sort of wacky character that I just put her in. And in the session, I put her in it, and she's like, oh, I'm so nervous. She does it. She does an amazing job. And I'm like, everyone's gonna be so amazed at what you just pulled together here. This is awesome. So it's really cool getting to do that, getting to like decide who goes where. It's like a puzzle of sorts, and figuring things out with that. And it's always great to bring life to things that didn't previously have that little spark that voiceover adds. I just finished a game called Marooners. It's a cute little party game, very similar to Mario Party. And all the characters are really cute little things, like there's a Viking, there's Caveman, and I was brought on to bring voices to them, so now the Viking is voiced by Brendan Hunter, who is a voice actor up in Canada, and the Caveman is voiced by Austin Tyndall, who is a Funimation voice actor down in Texas, and they're both from two very separate places. Now they're in this one product together, bringing their amazing talents to it, and it just brings the game to a whole new level. So I want to continue doing that, and of course bringing my own special thing to characters, of course, too. I'm hoping to do more video games as an actress, and continue to work in anime and branch out to more cartoons, but we'll see what happens.
Now, you just mentioned actors from various parts of North America. Excuse me. Any of this done via technology? Or
Yeah. Actually, that's one thing that's pretty special about what I do as a director, is that I'm willing to work with people remotely. So as long as they have the same studio equipment that is equivalent to what we use, I will work with Brendan Hunter, who is in Canada. I will work with Austin Tyndall, who is in Texas. I'll work with people who are out in LA. Our shows always at Media Blasters bring all sorts of talent together. Juden Chan, which is coming out next month, has Kira Buckland from LA in it as one of the leading characters. And then myself and Daniel J. Edwards, who are New York talent. And then you have Felicia Angel, who is a Texas talent. So we bring a little bit of everything to the table. And as long as I can work with them remotely and they have a high enough quality setup, we're really taking advantage of what the internet has to offer. I direct people over Skype. Yeah, so it's really cool, and it's really great way to bring a really diverse cast. A lot of studios don't want to take that risk or go that extra mile yet. So we're really thinking out of the box and bringing the best of the best from all over the country and beyond, because I work with some Canadian people too.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Any other questions? One or two more? None? Nothing at all? Cool, I guess this one will be mine. How'd you go about getting the equipment? Because I know that can be one of the biggest struggles really for people just starting off.
Okay, well, there's a difference between what you get when you're just starting off and what you get if you want to be working remotely from Canada or LA or Texas with me. So if you want to work remotely and you're like that's your aspirations, you really need to invest in a very good setup. It'll cost you like $10,000 or more to get the right microphones. You need the right soundproofing. You need Pro Tools. You need like a proper computer setup. Most people have whisper rooms. They have Mac Pros. They have Newman microphones. They have like all these really high-tech things, and that's if you want to be working remotely in like studio quality projects. But if you are just someone who wants to start out and you're looking to just do some like internet things, some student films, some random indie game projects, you don't need to be dropping $10,000. You can get some cheaper alternatives. You can start with a USB mic, or you can get a XLR mic that's connected via phantom power, which is what I would recommend because it'll last you longer than a USB mic. Then so you would need like the the preamp, an XLR cable, and your XLR microphone. You need some sort of audio editing program, some sort of soundproofing, and then you're ready to rock. My own setup is, I have a very nice microphone, but I live in New York City, so it's not the most spacious of places.
Oh, please.
So
you live in a classy life.
so I have, you know, some sound paneling like all over my apartment room to try and help absorb the noise, and like a vocal isolator and some sound curtains and stuff, and that's my attempt at doing some soundproofing. Doesn't always work. Sometimes you can hear some crying babies, but it is what I try to do so I can be able to work from home on some indie games or whatever I do for Hasbro and stuff like that.
So, any final questions at all? Nothing at all?
Oh, what was the name of the party game again?
What?
What was the name of the party game again?
It's called Marooners, and it is out on early access for Steam right now. We have a really awesome cast. There's Brendan Hunter, Austin Tyndall, Amanda Lee, Amber Lee Connors, Anthony Sardina, and Caitlin Barr, just to name a few people. Oh, and Matt Shipman, he's in it too, myself, so it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brittany, for coming in.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Round of applause for Brittany. If they want to see more of you, where do they expect to find you today? Do you-
So today I have autographs from 2:45 to 3:45, and otherwise I'll probably be hanging out at the Media Blasters booth, helping out. But I'm not too sure from when to when I'll be there, just sporadically throughout the day.
Can we also give you our business cards that we're looking for some work?
If you're looking to stay in touch, you can certainly give me a business card, yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Brittany.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.